Today, I'm looking at the EAZZE D1 Max from AURZEN. I'm very excited for this. This is the first projector review on my channel here. And of course, the story is this. If you want a big screen environment or a big screen entertainment experience, you still got to go really, really big with a 100-inch television that's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Well, this guy here costs just a fraction of the cost. And because it's a projector, you can actually move it to your backyard for even your outdoor movie nights. And of course, indoors on a nice, white painted wall screen or a nice indoor screen here, so you can have a multi-use scenario here with this projector. So with this one, the EAZZE D1 Max here, we got 1,000 nits of brightness, we got lots of apps thanks to built-in Google TV, and we also have Hey Google support in here, YouTube, Prime Video, Netflix, all of those are supported. Plus we also have Google Cast capability here, so you can cast from your phone or from your laptop. So in this video, we're going to take a look at this AURZEN EAZZE D1 Max here, and if we look at the side of the box, it says here it just works. So we're going to figure out whether or not it actually just works. Okay, so we'll begin first with an unboxing here. So pretty, nondescript box. There's really not much going on here. So let's grab this, unpack this, and we get some nice, as you can see here, some instructions that are actually printed onto the actual flap itself. So it says take off the lens cover, connect the power adapter, press the power button, and voila. And of course this has also all of the QR codes here for whichever language you need in terms of a manual. Scan this with your smartphone and boom, you'll have some additional setup instructions right on the go. Let's grab our phone here, grab the English version, click the link. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is English. So in addition to support, it also has activate the warranty. Plus you have questions. You have a support email address here. And there's some videos, how to adjust the brightness, how to enable MEMC for a smoother viewing experience, and so on and so on. So a very nice page here at the click of a button. The projector here housed in this nice body. So I have this box here. I would assume this is probably accessories. Let's take a peek inside. So this is an instruction manual in the box. We have a nice remote with dedicated Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube buttons, a circular pad for navigation, home button, volume up, channel selector buttons, mute, and a dedicated input button. Also have some various cards here for downloading the app, downloading the Amazon Shopping app, and of course downloading the actual app for the projector itself. We have some cleaning supplies in the way of some Q-tips and looks like a microfiber cloth. We have a 150-watt power brick here, pretty standard, and a standard ATX power cable here connector that connects to the power brick to power the projector. So that's all there is for the accessories. At the front of the projector, we have a dedicated lens, and a nice rubber lens cap here is provided. Nice to see that we can keep it protected from dust and whatnot while we're not in use. So we have a nice lens up front here, and looks like an IR sensor for the remote. Overall, I think in terms of aesthetics, this actually wins my award for how it actually looks. I like the texture of it. The branding is actually very nice. It's very classy in how it looks. EAZZE D1 Max, just a nice AURZEN embossed logo here. Some nice touch buttons. On the left-hand side of the device, we have Dolby Atmos, or Dolby Audio, excuse me, with this beautiful silver grill. Similarly, on the right-hand side, we have the same speaker grill with Dolby Audio embossed there. And then on the bottom, we really don't have much except for this adjustable foot stand here, which allows us to adjust the elevation so we're projecting onto our screen properly. Now, this does have auto adjustment for, the actual screen and positioning. So we're going to take a look at that a little bit later when we talk about the setup on this. But, that's what we're looking at here with the AURZEN EAZZE D1 Max. And another note here, if you look at the back of the actual remote here, there's another scan me and a QR code, which will get you to a bunch of different videos about tutorials on how to get this set up. And of course, if we slide this out, no batteries are included, so you will need to provide your own AAA batteries. So getting this powered on is actually quite simple. You grab the 150-watt power adapter, you grab the ATX cable, plug this in like so, and find the other barrel pin adapter here, plug it into this port here on the rear, and you'll see that it illuminates the actual function buttons on the projector for momentarily, and then you'll have finally the power on button illuminated, which means you can tap it to power on the projector. So I'm just going to adjust here to a different lens so we can actually see the projected picture before we get going through the setup. And of course, it's pretty normal for it to be blurry at this stage because it's not actually going to be in focus. We will need to do a little bit of adjustment here. And to focus the projector, there is no lens ring. And then in the center, we have a button here, which is actually for focus adjustment. So because we have a fixed focus lens here, you will have a certain distance, which is a minimal distance to get focus from the projector. We're too close to the wall because this is not an ultra short throw projector. So let me adjust this projector and then we'll be back in just a moment. So right now the projector is going through an initial boot. At this point it'll project some patterns onto the wall and it will start to actually try to calibrate itself. So we can see here the Google TV logo as it's firing up. You can see here it's now projecting a pattern onto the wall. I now have the projector angled a little bit off to the side, so we do need to do some keystone correction. But you can see here that it does a pretty darn good job with focusing, and we can see here that the screen or the display on the screen is actually coming up quite within focus without issue. So now it says to pair the remote control here. We'll do that by pressing the home and the left arrow. There we go. Pairing 3, 2, 1. All right, our remote is now paired successfully. So now we can go through a setup which is going to look like Google setup. And so far it seems pretty zippy. One thing I do like to always notice is how fast the interface is, particularly for navigation speed and whatnot. So we'll select North America here. We'll select Canada since I'm located in Canada. And now we get to the Google TV typical setup that you would get even on any smart TV here nowadays. So we're going to get our phone. You can see here we get this notification on my Android device which says, set up your Google TV. And now it tells us to scan our QR code. Once we scan it, it quickly comes in. Log in with our authentication, setting up the Wi-Fi information to the actual TV itself. And we'll select our bring this back in focus. Yeah, so it's just currently transferring our Google account to the Google TV. So there we go. It's now connected to our Wi-Fi. Probably a system update. Yeah, there you go. There's 1.14 gigs of system update here. So you will need your smartphone to have a QR code scannable item ready before you can actually get Wi-Fi set up onto this device. There is sadly no Ethernet available on this projector. I'm actually really bummed about that. When you do have a projector, you want to have the fastest possible speed because the last thing you want to deal with is lag or any kind of issues with network connectivity or latency. All right, after the two steps are completed, one is to download the software update, and the second step was to install the update. It didn't take too long. I would say maybe a couple of minutes, 3 to 5-ish minutes, somewhere in that range. Setup process here. So let's just accept our terms because who reads this stuff anyway? Let me know if you read this stuff. Help improve Google Home or Google TV. No, thank you. Let's go back. Google Home. Add it to your home in the Google Home app. No thanks. Can we not do this? We'll have to, of course, recommendations and ads. So you can certainly go through here and set up all this stuff. Location. I don't see why that's relevant. Updates and apps. All right. We'll accept for now. Of course, this is all personal preferences, but this is the way I like to set it up. Stay up to date with emails. No thanks. All right, search across all your apps. Family room. We'll just say bedroom. Okay, choose your services. YouTube, please. And we also have YouTube Music, which is fantastic. So we can get some ambient sounds in our environment. Spotify, love that. We also have Twitch. Hey, some game streaming. And CBC, thanks to Canada. All right, after all of the apps are installed, so then we have the option here to do a little bit more configuration. So we're just gonna say let's go to our home screen. So here we are, we're back to our home screen now, and we've landed basically at our default screen. This is pretty typical of what you'd see. You have apps, shows, movies, home, Gemini, and if there's one thing I have to say right away, it feels snappy. I don't know how it would hold up over time, but navigating around, I don't see any issues here whatsoever. Let's over to our YouTube here and let's see how long it takes to launch the app. What's this? Okay. Oh, right. So though it is installed, you still need to set an account. All right, so seeing that our interface is quite zippy, let's go in here and play a video. and I want to demonstrate what the actual picture quality is like, at least my first impressions, checking out this projector. So let's just hop over to our channel and let's go there. All right, so let's take a look at this video, for example, and I've
Mini
also
PCs
got.
just keep getting more exciting. I've got today the latest entrant from Geekom. This is their
So
A5
another thing to
Pro
note is that the
2026
volume is
with
actually
Ryzen
quite good.
powered T.
It is certainly loud enough to fill a small living room or a small bedroom if you want to use it, there to watch a video or anything like that. You're not going to have any issues whatsoever. And the initial impressions are that the actual color reproduction is pretty good. Now, the detail, despite being only a 1080p resolution, is actually very good for this type of projector. And considering the price point that we're looking at, what AURZEN has targeted here is a very good combination of overall features, overall build quality. The lens is very good. The color science is pretty darn accurate right out of the box. And I don't think you're going to be complaining very much about what you're seeing out of the box when you fire this thing up. Of course, there's always room for professional calibration and things of that sort. If you're really a nitpicker or you really like to dial in those settings, you can have you'll have those options there, of course. But in this video, I'm looking exactly at first impressions right out of the box without any tuning whatsoever, without any without any work done on the actual projector settings itself. Okay, so now we're looking at the backyard setup with this projector. If you want to have yourself a nice little movie night, what you will need is a projector screen. So I've got here a 120-inch projector screen here. The projector here is set about roughly 9 feet away from the actual screen itself. So I'm just going to grab the remote here. So we're at full volume right now. So we're just going to head over to my channel here and we'll just pop in one of the videos and we'll just see, how it fares. So right now at full volume.
The Great Canadian Super Sale starts now at Canadian Tire. Save up to 40% on select air fryers, coffee makers, backyard gear, and more.
At door. So it really is designed for outdoor use and use in a backyard environment. And as you can see here, 2025, please go and check out all of the other content on my channel here. I've covered lots of footage on this particular game and on this laptop, excuse me. And what you're seeing right now is me playing the Oblivion remaster. This is the Elder Scrolls 4, a game I loved and put a lot about. And as you can see right now that the screen isn't exactly perfect, so we'll need to head over into settings. So you go into all settings to do that. Once you head over to all settings, you'll go down to projector, and there's some special options that are set here. So you can go to advanced, and there is fit. So this will try to fit the screen. So you can see here it's doing the autofocus, auto keystone correction, auto adjust. Let's try keystone correction, manual. Okay, so our image is rectangular. We just need to okay, image adaptation, image reposition. Let's see if we can shift the image up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. So if we now head back and we can zoom, this is maximum zoom, I believe. Okay, so there's a little bit of digital zoom built in. Of course, keep in mind that the backyard surface here, the grass isn't exactly level. So this is going to be the most challenging part of enjoying the projector setup here for your backyard, movie night, is going to be how you actually set up the projector and make everything level. So if we head back here and let's go back to our YouTube video. And just turn the volume down a little bit. The short story here, if I was to summarize this, not that we can say, hey, put it in any of the modes. Yeah, so I'll just leave the volume there. So what I want to show here is that, this is a nice backyard environment. And as you can see here, there's still a little bit of light in the sky. So it's not fully dark yet. And that light here is actually, allowing us, it's not directly reflecting onto the screen itself, thus we're getting a much better image. The contrast is nice. It is certainly viewable at this light level with the projector. But if you really wanted to enjoy the movie night, of course you want to get the stars out before you do that. And then of course my projector and the table that I'm using for it is not level, but I just wanted to demonstrate here that this is absolutely a great projector for backyard viewing and for movie night. It's actually quite impressive. And of course you can go up to 150 inches screen with this, with the positioning. But overall here, I think this is a very, very impressive feat here. The fact that you can have a movie night for, you know, well under $1,000 with a screen included in your backyard. So AURZEN EAZZE D1 Max definitely is going to give you the goods when it comes to it just works. Literally, I did not have to really do much here. The only thing that needs to be done here is adjust and level my projection surface that my projector is sitting on, as well as the actual screen itself, and you'll have a perfectly nicely aligned, auto-corrected Keystone image with Dolby audio speakers, which are nice and loud and fantastic for movie watching or any kind of watching in an outdoor environment. So we fired up the projector. We looked at what the actual setup was like. We looked at the features, the build quality overview, the setup process, the auto tuning, and the auto keystone correction and everything, which allows it to auto adjust, and that stuff works pretty well as expected. And as it said in the box, and I initially stated at the beginning of this video, let's just test it out and see if it indeed just works. And indeed, very much, it does work. So that is my verdict here. If you're looking to pick up this projector, there's links in the description below. They help out the channel, but at no extra cost to you. And of course, always, stay tuned and get subscribed. I'll be doing additional content on this projector. We're going to be looking at the actual picture quality, the differences, daytime use, nighttime use, using with a screen, without a screen, as I'm demonstrating here, just out of the box. And of course, we'll also look at potentially outdoor use as well, since this is a very viable use case for a device like this to have a backyard movie night. We'll see how it fares at that. So if you're looking to up your entertainment game and go real big, you still need a projector, and this is a great entry-level projector to see if this is a lifestyle that suits you. For those of you guys, it's definitely going to be a buy. For those of you who really prefer your LCD TV and never go outdoors, or you're okay with having something fixed to the wall, then perhaps this is a skip for you. And those of you who always like to wait for sales or like to wait for that something that's better coming along, then you're going to be waiting a little while longer. All right, thanks very much for watching. This has been the initial impressions of the AURZEN EAZZE D1 Max 1080p projector, and we'll see you in the next video.